Well, I'm back in the server room. I got a small issue. Thank God it's not hot today right at the moment. It's rainy and probably about 70 degrees. But my AC unit I had took a dump. And this old AC unit it's blowing hot air. I watched a video how to clean it out so it'll work again. I'm going to remove this installation, and I am going to put this one in. I'm going to try to find a spot. I got this tripod here, but I'm trying to get it to work so that I can record this as I'm doing it. I'm going to be removing this section of the Mylar. Behind it is a plywood board cut to fit to hold the air conditioner. It was a perfect fit. The new one is 2 inches. This one's 18 inches. The one behind me is 20 inches, so I'm going to cut one side or the other depending on which side is closer. Actually, I think the whole window will probably... I just have to cut the plywood. I think the window's bigger than 20 inches, so I'm not really sure on that. I did not measure the window from the outside yet. Anyway, that's the plan. So let me get started and see if I can't find a spot. Be right back. Well, this is where I've got with this. It's pretty much cut to fit. You see that orange insulation in there? That shit is packed in all the way around the outside. I have to go out and I'm gonna cut it out from the outside in with the keyhole, so I don't have nobody to hold the camera outside, so I'm gonna pause it and I'm just gonna come back in. Alright, well, I'm a little winded from walking back and forth, but this is one big window. This used to be a grow room, so I forgot that I put a piece of plywood around the air conditioner so that up here I could cover up the other half of the window. Okay, so there are 4 screws, one there, one there, one there, and one there. Be taking them out, and then I'm going to see you in a second. Maybe the AC unit will come out. Okay, got us a little mess going on. I was right, that's how I had it in. You can see outside now. I don't know exactly if I want my server to be noticed by the outside world, but I could get a blind, right? Be nice to have some natural light in here for a change anyway. Okay, so when I measure the AC unit, it measures 20 inches. 20 inches. Okay. This is going to be a tight fucking fit too. As you can see here, I'm a little short by about that thing's much right here. So this is the conclusion I've came to. I'm going to show you what I did. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did here is I measured out 1.25 inches. I'm going to take my skill saw here and I'm going to cut that out, and that's 20 inches. It should fit tight, but it should work. I can't hold it and cut it at the same time, so I'll be right back. Okay, well, I'm outside now. I used my grow room sprayer, put some soap and water in it. I took apart the AC unit. I followed the video. I took it apart. There was 4 screws there, a screw over there, oh, a screw here, so I can see the dang camera. A screw here, and the same thing on the other side, and two in the back. Took it apart, I washed it, I cleaned the screen, I completely cleaned the inside, and then I cleaned off the vents. Cleaned off the vents on this side, letting it dry out, and then I'm going to put it back together, and it should be working good again. Not the one I just bought, but the one that was in there originally. So we'll see how that works. Sucks, the one I just bought don't work. Facebook Marketplace. They should have a place for people that don't sell shit that works. Well, I'm back here in the server room again. I cleaned up the mess. So we're kinda back to where we started, but we have a window. And we have neighbors. So we are going to pick up a little bit more. We got a couple more things to pick up. And maybe tomorrow we'll put the AC unit back in. Gonna have to make some adjustments because I had to cut this one to fit. So 2 inches, 2x4 or something, put back in there. Maybe that'll fix it. All right, the struggle goes on. Stay tuned. Well, as you can tell, I got this old, better air conditioner out of my window. Here's the nasty culprit right here that blew everything out of whack. I cut the cord off, and I'm going to be doing an autopsy and a video on AC cord failure from grow room to server room. Why it's always better to repurpose, but certain things. Electrical is nothing to mess with. Here we go off into the server room. My son's 4th of July. What's left over. We're walking through my dark YouTube room, entering the server room. Okay, as you can see, well, it's set at 64 degrees. I got cold air coming out, got fan blowing. Got a deal going on right now. I'm going to be getting another X-Serve and 2 more Mac Pros to add to my cluster. Getting 2 more cinema displays. As you can see, got the Pro Curve switches going. Got a humidity and thermometer. It's 80 degrees in here right now. That is not ideal for a server room, but at the moment we are not powering up servers. Just that Mac Pro over there and this iMac that I'm trying to use for a display for the X-Serve. This was a lot of work. It was really frustrating. I bought a air conditioner off Marketplace. Ended up being a bum unit. After I installed it, I should have plugged it in to see if it even worked beforehand, but it didn't. Was all excited and in a panic over my server room. I just loaded all these hard drives right here, and all these and all those. So I didn't want them all getting destroyed. Was definitely panic mode. Trying to clean up, get some of this stuff out of here. We're going to be getting a storage unit, clearing all the rest of this stuff out. can't really tell. Here, I'll turn on the light in here. I'm going to be taking apart that Fetter air conditioner, see if we can't fix it. I am going to be replacing the plug on that portable AC so I can move it around and tend to hot spots in my room here. So, coming along. I'm going to be doing, I did do a bunch of these cables. I terminated the ends. Now, I'm a beginner. I started at this. I never did Cat 6 cables before. Excuse me. I did get better as I go. I'm going to be doing a video on how I do Cat 6 cables. I don't use a tester though. I've been spending a lot of money on equipment. What I do to test these is I plug one end here on my Pro Curve, and I plug one end here on my Pro Curve. If they light up, the cable's good. If the Pro Curve don't like it, the cable gets re-terminated. So that's what I do to test my cables. So hang tight. We'll start with the autopsy when I get back inside. One thing I did want to mention, this right here. I had my AC plugged into that. It was strictly for the AC, going to its own fuse in the fuse box right there. And you can see it right there. Okay. The problem I was having is there are no lights in this room whatsoever. So I had to buy studio lighting. Okay. Now, this is requiring a lot of extension cords. The extension cords are repurposed from the grow room too. This is what I recommend. Okay. I am recommending, if not a UPS for the servers, definitely, I am recommending one of these. Surge protector, 30 bucks. Okay, it may not be the best, but I think it is definitely better than this, because look what happened where my AC was plugged in. Okay, now I'm going to do an autopsy on the plug that was plugged into this. Okay, this is really toast. I need to like replace this with that surge protector bad. The extension cord plugged into it's just plugged into it, doesn't have nothing to go into it. I was using it out in the garage for a drill real quick. But this does go to my Cisco switch. And the rest of them are just lights for out in the YouTube room. But I just wanted to show you that. So anyway, I was going to plug my lights into this. They have regular plugs and 220 plugs. There's a kill switch, 220 kill switch right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but let's see. This plugs into it right here. There's the plug. That's 220 for sure. Anyway, you plug that in, and then if something goes bad, you just unplug that motherfucker, and power's disconnected from the house. So you can see my light valves from my grow room. One thing I do want to say about this, they do make a special unit that converts this power into another unit that you then plug your servers into. This is safety, okay? This is a good idea because this can handle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plugs, okay? And the idea of this is, and they can handle 1,000 watts plus a plug. But you got to convert the power from this to the other box. I'll put in a link what the box is, but and hook it up to the 220 with a fail-safe plug for protection for whatever it may be. There you can see a little better there. Yeah, that's ran to the fuse box, which is then ran to the 220 line in the house. We're gonna eventually put, this is all going to the storage. Yeah, get that shit out of here. Okay, this is eventually gonna have the Mylar taken off. I'm gonna put walls up, put plugs in, have another electrician come out. We already have another fuse box right there ran, and the ventilation going from room to room, which then in turn comes out over here into a filter and goes out through air duct out the back, which and then comes out here and ventilates up there, and the output for the air conditioning is right there. Don't spit on the floor in my server room. Here's another angle of the YouTube studio. Got a cord ran from the house. That corner runs down along behind the screen. It's going to be fitted up on the wall. I'm going to drill a hole in the wall probably right about here. Have the cord go through so it ain't going to get pinched in the doorway. So I will then once again be able to close my server room doors, which in turn this AC might cool off my room good enough. But like I said, we're going to fix it better. I think it's just been sitting around and needs a little bit of repair. I roasted the guy that sold it to me. Told him I was really going to give it to him in this video. Why people would sell something that don't work, I have no idea. You know, I was really in a jam, in an emergency, trying to save this. This is a fortune. Okay? There's got to be $20,000, if not more, of equipment sitting here. Enterprise level gear. Anyway, we're gonna go in the house and to my other studio and do that cord autopsy. I'll tell you what all caused it. See you in a minute. Okay, here we are doing the cord autopsy. Took me forever to get this thing apart. As you can tell, this thing is in pieces. Comes apart pretty easy. It's got 2 safety screws in there. I got the tool, but I just can't find it. So I had to pry this thing apart. I pretty much busted the shit out of it. But that is what it looks like on the inside. I got some corroded connectors in there. Okay, so this is what happened. When I plugged it into the power outlet out there, left it running, the outlet was all corroded. So in turn what happened is these connectors in here got corroded. And they got loose from time and heat. Heat makes things expand. The corrosion made it loose. Over time, loose plug. What ended up happening is it melted. You can't see it, but anyway, right here there's a switch. It got hot and it melted it was like this. Got your switch here. It's I don't know, one of them connectors that has a fuse in it. It's supposed to pop. Anyway, this one works. This one's fried, melted. So it got warm right there from the corrosion. The parts were loose from the factory. I mean, they weren't really the best plugs to begin with. Made in China. Anyway, you can't really see it real well, but I can see the green corrosion in there. I can see where the connectors are loose also, where it could have got warm, and then when it got warm it fried the plug, and then when it fried the plug it in turn blew out the air conditioners. Made them, well, it made it quit, and then in turn surged the other one or something. And anyway, this is the culprit right here. So alright, we're going to be putting a new connector back on, so hang tight for that. That might be in a whole new video. We'll see. Stay tuned. I just want to say one more thing too. I'm repurposing this AC unit in this room. Used to be a grow room. Okay, so there's been some time and some use and some chemicals, and this has been around a lot. That's where the corrosion it came from, and the heat made it loose. So okay, I just wanted to add that.
Suffocation, no breathing, don't give a fuck, come on, please.